You know, people in this world walk around like everything makes sense. They walk with calm faces, steady steps, and polite smiles. But deep inside, everything is shaking. Deep inside, there is confusion, fear, doubt, pressure, and a quiet cry that nobody talks about. It is strange how people in America live in a world filled with noise, yet they feel more alone than ever. A country with open roads, tall buildings, bright screens, endless options, and still, people feel trapped inside a life that does not feel like their own. People talk about finding themselves like it is some beautiful road trip where the weather is perfect and the music fits the moment. But the truth is very different. You do not find yourself in comfort. You find yourself in fire. In the heavy nights. In the silent mornings. In the moments when the world feels too big and you feel too small. You do not discover who you are by winning. You discover who you are by losing, and still standing. You discover yourself when you break, but refuse to remain broken. Life is not simple. Life is not fair. Life is not gentle. Life is a battlefield where most people do not even know they are fighting. They wake up, follow routines, check phones, go to jobs they dislike, talk to people they do not trust, and tell themselves they are fine. They are not fine. They are surviving. And survival is not living. In America, people wear invisible masks. Masks made of forced smiles, polite answers, and fake confidence. Masks that say I am good, even when the heart is exhausted. Masks that say everything is okay, even when everything inside is collapsing. People hide their storms because the world teaches them that showing emotion is weakness. But hiding pain does not make you strong. It makes you silent. And silence is the slowest poison in the world. The truth: most people lie to one person more than anyone else. And that person is themselves. They lie to avoid truth. They lie to avoid change. They lie because truth requires action. And action requires courage. You want the deepest truth? Here it is. Your transformation will not come from comfort. Your growth will not come from easy days. Your evolution will not come from peaceful moments. It will come from discomfort. From challenge. From pressure. From pain. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the teacher that the world tries to silence. Pain is the signal that a new version of you is waiting. Pain is the doorway to the life you keep imagining but never reach. People chase the American dream like it is some golden prize waiting at the finish line. But that dream demands a heavy price. To chase a dream, you must let parts of yourself die. Your fear must die. Your comfort must die. Your excuses must die. Your old identity must die. Every rebirth requires a funeral. And the old you must be buried for the new you to rise. Let me tell you something honest. You wake up every day with the pressure in your chest. You move through the world, but you feel disconnected from your own life. You follow routines because routines feel safe. You do not complain. You do not scream. You simply keep going. But deep inside, a small voice keeps whispering, this is not your final form. This is not where your story ends. This is not who you are meant to be. You ignore that voice. You drown it with distractions. You cover it with obligations. But the voice never dies. It waits. And one day, life hands you a moment that breaks you open. A moment you cannot ignore. A moment that forces you to face yourself. This moment feels like madness. But it is not madness. It is awakening. People fear judgment. They fear rejection. They fear failure. They fear being alone. But the real fear should be this: staying the same. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, unchanged. Same habits. Same fears. Same excuses. Same environment. Same sadness. Same life. That is the real horror story. Growth hurts. Stagnation kills. You want to know why so many people feel empty? Because they are alive on the outside, but dead on the inside. Their hearts beat, but their dreams do not. Their lungs work, but their passion does not. Their minds think, but their souls sleep. They wake up. They exist. They go back to sleep. And they call this living. It is not living. It is a slow death. A quiet death. A death covered in routine. Do not become one of them. Do not become one of the people who gave up on themselves long before their life even started. You want to be unstoppable? Then stop lying to yourself. Stop saying tomorrow. Stop saying someday. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for a sign. There is no sign. There is no moment. There is no perfect timing. There is only now. And now is enough. You build discipline when no one is watching. You build identity through action. You build confidence by doing the thing you fear. You build strength through struggle. There is a version of you buried under fear, doubt, procrastination, and distraction. A version of you that is powerful, sharp, fearless, electric. The world tried to silence it. Society tried to dim it. People tried to shrink it. But it is still there, waiting for you to choose it. The day you stop caring about what people think, that day you become free. People judge based on their fears. People criticize based on their limits. People insult based on their insecurities. Why should their emotional baggage decide your destiny? You do not need validation. You do not need permission. You do not need approval. You just need courage. Courage to start. Courage to fall. Courage to rise. Choose the path that scares you. Choose the challenge that forces you to grow. Choose the life that aligns with your soul, not your fears. Life will push you. Life will bend you. Life will break you. Life will test you. But life will also reveal you. It will reveal the version of you that cannot be controlled, the version of you that is too strong to be stopped. The version of you that does not fear darkness because you learned how to create your own light. Listen, the world does not move for people who wait. The world moves for people who act. The world opens for people who dare. The world bows for people who rise after they fall. You rise not because the world believes in you. You rise because you finally believe in yourself. This is your transformation. This is your awakening. This is the moment where you stop living small. Burn the old story. Burn the excuses. Burn the fear. Burn the version of you that settled. This is your life. Your story. Your fire. Walk into your future like someone who refuses to stay forgotten. Walk with purpose. Walk with power. Walk with the truth that you are not done yet. You are just getting started. And when people ask, "Who do you think you are?" Look at them and say, "I am becoming someone impossible to ignore." Now go. Not to be better, but to be unforgettable. But listen carefully now, because this part is the truth that most people never hear in their entire life. A truth that is not comfortable. A truth that does not sound gentle. A truth that feels like someone is holding a mirror in front of your soul. Here is that truth: you are not tired because your life is hard. You are tired because you keep living a life that is too small for you. You are exhausted because your soul is hungry, and you keep feeding it routines. You keep feeding it comfort. You keep feeding it fear. Your heart is not meant for a quiet existence. Your soul is not meant to sleepwalk through life. You were not created to be average. You were not created to be silent. You were not created to simply survive and disappear like you never existed. There is something inside you that the world could not kill, no matter how hard it tried. A spark. A flame. A pulse. A whisper that says, you are meant for more. That whisper is not imagination. That whisper is your true self calling you home. And do you want to know something wild? Most people never answer that call. They hear it, but they ignore it. They feel it, but they numb it. They sense it, but they fear what it might demand from them. Because answering that call means you must walk alone. You must abandon the crowd. You must shed every version of yourself that the world taught you to be. You must face the truth that the life you built was not the life you wanted. It was the life you settled for. This is why most people stay trapped. Not because they are weak. Not because they are lazy. But because freedom demands honesty. And honesty demands change. And change demands pain. People would rather suffer in comfort than be reborn in fire. But not you. If you were like everyone else, you would not be listening to this. You would not crave transformation. You would not feel that burning tension inside your chest. You would not feel that pressure that says, I cannot stay here anymore. Let me tell you what that pressure is. That pressure is your future self, pushing from the inside. It is the strongest version of you, trying to break the walls you built around your potential. It is your destiny, telling you that your old life is too small now. People think pain is punishment. Pain is not punishment. Pain is the universe saying, you are ready for the next level. Pain is the doorway to evolution. Pain is the storm that clears the way. And there is something beautiful about storms. Storms do not ask for permission. Storms do not check if you are comfortable. Storms do not wait for your approval. They come when the air becomes too heavy. Just like transformation comes when your life becomes too small. You see, every person has two lives. The life they are living, and the life they are afraid to live. The second life is the real one. The authentic one. The powerful one. The version where you wake up excited instead of tired. The version where you create instead of fear. The version where you speak instead of shrink. The version where you lead instead of follow. But to reach that life, you must kill the part of you that keeps choosing the smaller life. You must kill your excuses. Kill your fear. Kill your self-doubt. Kill your attachment to comfort. Kill the voice in your head that keeps telling you to wait. Because the longer you wait, the deeper your cage becomes. You want freedom, then walk through fear. You want strength, then train your mind. You want identity, then build it with action. You want transformation, then let your old self burn. The world respects fire. The world bows to people who rise again and again. The world notices those who refuse to be ignored. You think the world is against you, it is not. The world is simply waiting to see how far you are willing to go. Most people give up at the first wall. Some people give up at the second wall. Very few reach the third wall. But legends break the fourth one. You want to know what the fourth wall is? It is the moment when your mind says, I cannot do this anymore. And you say back, watch me. That moment creates monsters. That moment creates leaders. That moment creates people who walk into rooms and change the energy without even speaking. You have that power. You have that darkness. You have that intensity. You have that fire. You have that hunger. Life has tried to break you. Life has tried to silence you. Life has tried to tame you. Life has tried to convince you that your dreams are too much. But here you are, still wanting more. Still searching. Still hungry. Still rising. Do you understand what that means? It means the world has not defeated you. It means your story is still unfinished. It means your next chapter is the one the old you was never strong enough to reach. This is why you feel pressure. This is why you feel restless. This is why you feel like something big is coming, even if you cannot explain it. You are in the middle of a transformation. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of evolution. A snake does not shed its skin because it wants to. It sheds because the old skin becomes too tight. You are shedding. You are expanding. You are growing beyond the limits you once accepted. And when people ask you, why are you changing? Tell them, because I am no longer willing to stay small. Listen closely now, because these words matter more than anything I have said before. Your life will not change when you learn. Your life will change when you apply. Your life will not change when you dream. Your life will change when you act. Your life will not change when you hope. Your life will change when you decide. Decisions create identity. Action creates reality. Courage creates destiny. So decide. Decide to rise. Decide to evolve. Decide to walk into your future like someone who refuses to die with potential still inside them. Your story is not over. You are not finished. You are not done. You are only becoming. And the world has no idea what you are about to become. But here is the strange thing, most people live their entire life waiting for someone else to save them. They wait for a hero, a miracle, a sign, a perfect moment, and while they wait, life keeps stealing pieces of them. The world does not crush you at once, it crushes you slowly, silently, inch by inch, until one day you look at yourself in the mirror and you do not even remember who you were trying to be. People pretend they are strong, but deep inside they are tired of expectations, tired of disappointments, tired of losing battles no one even knows they are fighting. And yet, they smile. Because that is what the world wants from them. A smile that hides everything. A smile that keeps the illusion alive. A smile that says, I am fine, even when their soul whispers, I am not fine at all. And you know what is even darker? Most people are afraid to admit their pain because they think it makes them weak. But the truth is the opposite. The moment you confess your pain, you take its power away. The moment you admit your fear, you begin to understand it. The moment you acknowledge your broken pieces, you learn how to arrange them into something stronger. So do not lie to yourself anymore. Do not pretend everything is fine when your inner world is screaming. Let it scream. Let it roar. Let it break whatever it needs to break, because only broken things can be rebuilt into something unshakable. Most people do not change because they are comfortable. Not happy, just comfortable. They stay in toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, meaningless routines, not because they love them, but because they fear the unknown more than they hate the cage they are living in. They convince themselves that it is better to stay where they are instead of risking something greater. But tell me, how can you expect a different life if you are not willing to take a different step? How can you expect freedom if you keep choosing the chains you already know? How can you want to fly when you refuse to leave the ground? The truth is, The world is not holding you down. You are. Your fear is. Your excuses are. Your maybe tomorrow is. You want power, then start by taking responsibility for every decision you have been avoiding. You want confidence, then stop waiting for permission to be yourself. You want greatness, then walk into the darkness you fear the most, because that is where your strength has been hiding all this time. You know what the real joke is? Most people think life becomes easier when you avoid pain. But avoiding pain is the most painful thing you can do. Because every time you run away from your fears, they grow bigger. Every time you avoid hard choices, you give your soul another scar. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you bury your potential a little deeper. Life does not become easier when you avoid difficulty. Life becomes easier when you face it, again and again, until fear learns your name and walks away. And listen carefully, sometimes the people around you will not understand your journey. They will tell you to stay where you are. They will tell you to choose safety. They will tell you that your dreams are too big, too unrealistic, too foolish. But remember this, people who have given up on their own dreams will always try to shrink yours. Do not listen to people who are afraid of heights when you were born to climb. Do not take advice from those who stopped trying long ago. Do not limit your life because someone else accepted limits in theirs. You are not here to fit in. You are not here to follow the script written for you. You are here to write your own chaos, your own fire, your own destiny. And destiny does not belong to the obedient. Destiny belongs to the brave. Some people live like ghosts, not dead, but not alive either. They wake up, scroll, eat, work, sleep, and call it a life. No passion, no purpose, no hunger. But you, if you are listening to this, you are different. You feel the weight of your potential. You feel the fire under your ribs. You feel the pull of something greater. You know there is something inside you that the world has not seen yet. So stop burying it. Stop hiding it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because there is no perfect moment. There is only now. And now is enough. Let them call you crazy. Let them call you dramatic. Let them call you obsessed. Because obsession is simply passion that refuses to die. And passion is the only force strong enough to pull you out of your old life and into the one you deserve. You want to change your life, then change the way you talk to yourself. Change the way you see yourself. Change the story you tell yourself every night when you are alone and no one is watching. Because that story becomes your reality. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not hopeless. You are a storm waiting to happen. You are a spark waiting to ignite. You are a warrior who forgot they were a warrior, but the battlefield inside you has not forgotten. And listen, you do not need applause. You do not need validation. You do not need anyone to tell you that you are worthy. You were worthy the moment you took your first breath. The world just convinced you otherwise. But not anymore. This time, you rise. This time, you rebuild. This time, you walk into the fire and come out wearing it as armor. This time, you stop chasing love and start becoming love. This time, you stop fearing your darkness and start using it as fuel. This time, you stop being who the world told you to be, and start becoming who you truly are. Because here is the final truth, the most dangerous version of you is not the loud one, not the angry one, not the one who fights the world. The most dangerous version of you is the one who learns to fight themselves. The one who destroys their own excuses. The one who kills their old habits. The one who buries their fears. The one who rises without anyone's permission. That is the version you are becoming. That is the version the world is not ready for. And that is the sweetest joke life will ever tell.